Hello everyone, my name is Becky Sechere. I hope you're doing well. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing documents required to apply for health care worker visa. So a healthcare worker visa, or which falls under the skilled worker visa program to the UK, includes nurses, healthcare assistants, auxiliary nurses, senior carers, social workers, and many more. So if you want to know what document you need before you start your application, then remember to watch to the end, and do remember to subscribe as well. So let's get into the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky Sechere. I normally do videos about nursing in the UK and also encouraging or advising care workers like senior carers, healthcare assistants, or auxiliary nurses who actually want to take the opportunity to relocate to come and work in the UK as health workers. I know it is not for everyone, but anyway, remember to like and remember to subscribe as well, and just click the notification bell so that anytime I post a new video you would get notified and you might be the first to watch. So let's start the video. So as I said in the introduction, the health and care worker visa is part of the skilled worker visa, and the group of people who fall under this type of visa include nurses, doctors, social workers, senior carers, healthcare assistant, care assistant, and many more, or senior carers as well if I haven't said that. So anyone applying to come and work as a health and care worker. Anyway, so the information I have, I'm going to be adding a link anyway. So this will just tell you the types of documents you need before you start your application process. Some of the documents you have to start preparing, especially about money. You have to show that you've got enough funds to support yourself. So we're going to be talking about all that. So first on my list is you need to make sure that you have a valid passport. You remember, without a passport you cannot travel to another country anyway, and when you're coming to UK you need identity. You need a passport that will prove your nationality, and it should be a valid passport which is not expiring, and there should be a blank page in your passport in order for a visa to be applied. So remember, you need a valid passport. So if you're planning for next year or in about 18 months, you have to make sure you get yourself a passport to start with. The second bit is when you're starting your application. So this means you may have already got a sponsor or an employer. So you need to make sure you have got the COS, so certificate of sponsorship. You need a reference number. And also, apart from the reference number of your COS, you need to make sure as well that you have got proof of knowledge of English. So for care assistants or health senior carers and all that, you need your IELTS. And if it is with nurses, you can do IELTS or OET. Or in general, if you have actually as a care worker or senior health or care assistant or senior carer, if you have got a degree and you can apply through NAREC, which is now called ECTIS, ECCTIS. If you go to their website, you can apply to make sure they can confirm that your qualification was taught in English and it is equivalent to UK degree. Then you might be able to use that instead of writing IELTS or OET. I have done a video on the IELTS, which is required for senior carers, so you can watch that, and I could add the link as well. So any link that I feel would be helpful, I will put it down there. So another thing is when you're coming, what job are you coming to do? So you need to know your job title And also you need to know what annual salary you are being paid, because all these things are required when you sit down and you're on the computer and you've started your application. You need all this information. So all these ones are towards when you've already got a job and you know an employer who is employing you, you've got your COS, so you need all these things. Okay, now you also need the occupation code. So you know UK has the shortage occupational list or shortage occupation list, and on the list each of the occupations have been allocated a code. So for example, if you're applying as a nurse, the code is 2231. For senior carers, it is 6146. Auxiliary nurses, it is 6141. Social workers, this is 2442. So when you search online, you can actually find the occupation code for whichever occupation you are applying for during the application process. And you also need the name of your employer and their license number. So if you've got an employer already, you need to know what their name is. They need to give you what their license number is, because you need to put that as well. Other documents that you would need include evidence of funds that you are able to support yourself in the UK. You are not coming to depend on the UK system to fund your day-to-day or to support you. You need evidence to show that you have got enough funds to support yourself. For example, you need a bank statement, and you should have at least £1,270 should be in your account for at least 28 days, let's say a month, from when you've started your application. So if you're planning to try to relocate and come and work here and you haven't even started the process yet, it's important for you to start saving some money. So you need evidence of at least £1,270 in your account, and this should be in your account for at least a month from when you started your application. Unless, of course, in some situations, some employers would actually say on your COS that they're going to be supporting you, then whilst you are here, then you don't need to show evidence of funds that you can support yourself if your employer in the UK have put on your COS that they would be supporting you with funds when you arrive. So that's something, if you've got an employer, if they've got money and they're able to do that, that would be great. Also, if you are applying with your family, so your husband or your wife or your children, you need to prove your relationship. So you need evidence to prove that this person is my spouse, my wife or my husband, or this child is my child. So it could be marriage certificates, it could be for children, birth certificates and passports and all that. So it's important to get all these types of documents ready before you start your application. You also need to have tuberculosis test results. So that is something which is very important. You also need criminal record certificate from your home country. When you come to the UK as well, most employers will do CRB. They call it CRB. Now it is DBS. So they will do that. But before you come, it would be good to have a criminal record certificate from your home country. Or people do police clearance or police certificate from your country as well. We just want to make sure. And also, if you have lived in 2 different countries, 12 months in total, then you need to have criminal record certificate or police clearance from those 2 countries. But if you've only lived in 1 country, which is your home country, you just make sure you have a police record or criminal record certificate. It is very important. And also, finally, what have I got to say? You need to make sure you save a lot of money. Yes, most people think you come and make the money here. It is hard work, before you even come, the hard work starts. You have to start saving a lot of money for your application as well. And if you're traveling with your family, you need money to support them and as well for the application. So if you're applying for up to 3 years visa, it costs £232 per person. And if you're applying for more than 3 years visa, it costs £464 per person. So that's quite a lot of money to pay. That doesn't include your plane tickets, things like that. And you want to buy a few things and bring along to start life with. You need money so that if you have been given an accommodation by your employer and you're about to move to your own place, because most employers would give you about 2 months to live with them and then you have to move. Some, they are lucky, they give you a place and that's it. And if you have to move, most often you need to pay a deposit, which would be about 6 weeks or 5 to 6 weeks, I would say. So if you haven't been paid much money by then and you're moving, what do? So it's important to bring some money along with you, so you feel safe than be sorry. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you keep watching my videos. Take good care of yourselves, and I hope to see you next week. Holiday, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you soon. And do remember to subscribe as well. Thank you, and bye-bye.